So we will change the topic a bit now. The tutoring topic is not over, but the most of it is over now. One of the reasons that I was so happy to do the interview is that it's a gay conversation. So my experiments is that sometimes I can talk better with gay people than with straight people. So because they understand me more.
For sure.
So we will take a view on your comedy and being gay in the UK. So where were you born and how did you grow up?
So I was born in like southwest London. I grew up in Wimbledon, where they have the tennis tournament every year. Yeah, so I spent most of my time there as a child, and yeah, I had a very, very privileged, very lucky upbringing. You know, we were wealthy, and my parents were, you know, emotionally available, very kind and sweet people. So yeah, I was very lucky.
That sounds great because a good childhood formed the character.
Definitely, yeah.
And it is often really difficult to me to be the only gay person in my surroundings and environment. So
yeah.
School time. How was it for you to grow up as gay person in school and university? And
Yeah. So I kind of probably, you know, realized I was gay at sort of age 13, 14. But my school was an all boys school, and, you know, it was just not a very mature environment. And so I said, I don't really want to come out here because I don't think my friends, I don't think it's a great environment for that. You know, there wasn't any, like I said earlier, there wasn't any education about LGBT issues. There wasn't really any discussion about it at all. So then I decided that I'd come out later, maybe when I was 21. But really, when I went to university, you know, I should have come out in my first year. I waited for some reason until my third year before finally coming out. But that was fine. You know, everyone was great, and yeah, I've kind of not looked back since. So yeah, difficult for sure, very lonely, especially in my first probably 2 years at university. Felt very lonely, but good since then. Yeah.
so every coming out is different. I will tell a bit about my coming out. I always known that I am gay. So, but I didn't understand what it is.
Yeah.
So I came out when I was 18, 1 week before my birthday.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, so it's the crazy thing on it. There came out a movie called Love, Simon.
Yeah.
And then I went to the cinema, and then I make my coming out on my mother. And then I went to the cinema again. Then I came out to my father. And
oh, that's really nice. That's really funny. And it was okay?
it was great, yes.
Oh, good.
My best friends knew that I was gay.
Yeah.
So I have my best friends since 10 years.
Nice.
Tell me more about your experiences of your coming out.
Yeah, so I was lucky, I guess, because I had a friend of a friend who was gay and who I really fancied. And so when we were I was in a club, a nightclub, and I was quite drunk, and I told him that I was gay. And then he said, why don't we go for a coffee? So we went for a coffee, and he was very kind. And then actually me and him ended up dating. And so, you know, we ended up in a relationship. So then I sort of had to tell people, really, but he was very great. He really helped me tell everyone. And I remember calling my sister on the phone, and she was great. And then I told my two brothers, actually, in a bar when we were really drunk, and one of them just I obviously thought I was joking or something, because the following week he was like, wait, I thought you were joking. but no, everyone, as you'd hope, has been fine, no problems at all, really. So it's just a big thing in my head, really.
That's great that you had a great view on the coming out, because a lot of people had bad experiences with coming out.
For sure.
And what was the hardest thing on your coming out?
Yeah, I think probably just, you know, convincing myself to do it, really. You know, I think you just persuade yourself that it's going to be really difficult, that you've maybe built an image of yourself that people don't actually have, that people will care much more than you think they will, that it's maybe not the person you wanted to be or thought you were going to be. So yeah, I think just convincing myself, really, and summoning up the courage. But, you know, once you told one person, that definitely, it becomes easier, really, every time, doesn't it?
So my coming out was the hardest and the best thing at the same time. So it was hard and it was the best. What meaning has the coming out to you? Because some people tell, and I have the same opinion, coming out should be not important anymore.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think, yeah, you shouldn't. I mean, obviously, we all want to live in a society where you shouldn't have to come out, where, you know, you shouldn't even have to define yourself with a label, where you can just date a boy or a girl, or someone who's non-binary or whoever, and it doesn't matter. You know, unfortunately, we don't necessarily live there yet. And yeah, I think for me, I probably sort of felt certainly like I had to, you know, come out. But yeah, it'd be great if you know, if I have children, if they feel like they don't really have to say anything, they can bring whoever they want home or introduce me to whoever they want, and it doesn't matter.
Yes, that's true. There are a lot of famous examples. Yes, Ricky Martin is an example.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the first thing what you did after your coming out?
Yeah. Well, very soon, like I was saying, very soon after coming out, I got this boyfriend. So, you know, very quickly after coming out, I was kind of in a relationship with everything that entails. So, you know, have someone kind of relying on me, or you know, holding hands in public and kissing in public and all that kind of thing. So it was a real kind of whirlwind, or a very, very sort of fast period of adjustment. But yeah, it was, you know, really good, really, really rewarding. So it probably wasn't, yeah, until I was like 22, 23 that I went to a gay club or a gay bar. Yeah.
So a lot of people of the LGBTQ plus community got bullied in the past. So my experiences is it began very early. I was 8 years old.
Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry.
I can remember, so I had sport as subject then, and the people, all students laughed about me.
Oh, Mike.
And what? Yes, and so the people laughed about me in group chats. I can remember my friend sent me the group chats, so
Oh,
I saw it, and I. But the positive thing is, I saw who is real and who is fake.
yeah, of course. I'm so sorry. That's so difficult.
So the most, yes, the most sad thing was I cried often after school.
Oh my, that breaks my heart. You poor, poor guy.
But after, yes, I came out, and then yes, a few people said sometimes about me. Yes, one guy laughed about me in the bus. I was in the bus. Yes, but back to the question, what are
Um,
your experiences with?
yeah, I mean, with bullying,
Yes,
yeah, I'm very lucky. I mean, first of all, I went to a brilliant school where, you know, they were very strict about bullying, and of course, bullying goes on everywhere, but there definitely wasn't much at my school, or it wasn't an epidemic. Um, so first of all, I was very lucky. I think secondly, you know, I was always, you know, charismatic and kind of funny, and I played sports and this kind of thing. So I wasn't really a, you know, a target for the bullies. So, and also, you know, I didn't come out. So if they, you know, they didn't necessarily know I was gay. Um, but even if, to be honest, thinking now, even if I had come out, I don't think I would have been bullied, because yeah, I think I'm lucky that my personality is such that, you know, I think I probably could have, you know, just ridden above it. But I think it's mostly to do with my school. Very lucky I went to an amazing school with the resources to handle bullying and deal with it. Yeah.
and we came to an happy topic now.
Yeah.
So I read that you was on a lot of travels. You was in Japan 2019,
Mm, mm, mm.
correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you was in New Zealand, so you made the teacher for a short time.
Yeah, yeah.
Which differences did you see between the countries in relation to being gay?
Oh, well, really interesting question. Um, I think, yeah, I went to Japan recently in 2019 in the autumn, actually for the Rugby World Cup, which was amazing. Um, and there, I think, kind of gay culture definitely exists. There's a little gay neighborhood in Tokyo, but I think it's much less visible. There's much less, you know, queer representation than in the UK. I think New Zealand is quite similar to the UK, maybe even better in terms of representation. But again, you know, all these countries, you know, New Zealand has a very macho rugby, you know, culture. So there's that. And then I also, you know, I went around Indonesia in 2015 with my boyfriend. And it's interesting, you know, sort of Asian cultures like that. Indonesia is also an Islamic, broadly, country. And there's less, you know, public um, acceptance, but I kind of found, almost at the local level, more tolerance that of you know, yeah, of it. I found there were camp people and clearly gay, you know, people kind of everywhere we went, and yeah, there wasn't much. I don't think they were probably maybe not openly gay, but it was clear that they were. So different, yeah, different societies, I guess.
And what is your best gay story of your travels?
I went to the World Cup final, the Rugby World Cup final in Japan, and England lost to South Africa, unfortunately. But then afterwards, my friend and I went to a gay bar in Tokyo until like 5 a.m. or something. And then I had to get an 8 a.m. flight from Tokyo airport. And I was so drunk. So my friend basically had to like pack my bag for me, put me in a taxi. And I don't know how I got on the flight because I was so drunk. But yeah, that was a funny one.